Is a 50-50 commission split fair in real estate? Someone asked me that recently. Let's dive into it. There really is no black and white answer, but there are a number of factors that we need to evaluate or take into question as someone makes this determination. Because in my opinion, sometimes a 70-30 is fair. Sometimes a 30-70 is fair. But what makes that split, quote, fair? So first, we have to think, what kind of value are you, the agent, bringing to the brokerage? And what kind of value is the broker bringing to you, the agent? Well, if you're new in the business and you really don't have any experience, you're coming into this world, you don't have any connections, you don't have any knowledge, the brokerage is taking the risk by taking you on. You could come on to the brokerage and maybe you don't produce any commissions that entire year. I've seen that happen. Well, the brokerage took the risk and they took a loss because they're providing some resources, they're providing time, they may be giving up some of their knowledge, and with really no guarantees. They're taking the risk of, this agent is going to be producing commissions, maybe 6 months from now, maybe a year from now, maybe even 3 years from now. This is really a long game, especially in commercial real estate. Deal cycles are longer. Not all owners want to work with an inexperienced new agent. So what kind of value is the brokerage bringing to you, the agent? Do they have in-house marketing? Do they have a good brand? Are they giving you any leads? Do you have some type of relationship with a senior broker? Do you have someone to bounce questions off of? If really there are limited resources in all of those categories, yeah, maybe you get 80% of your commission, but it's kind of setting that new agent up for failure. And so it may be a better option to go somewhere that has a 50-50 split, or maybe even, a 60 or a 40-60 commission split. But the number one thing, in my opinion, that a new agent should be focusing on is not how much or what percentage of the commission that you get. It has more to do with the knowledge that you can gain, the connections that you can make, because that's really what's going to set you up for success. And a lot of this world is more about that upfront sacrifice for, a bigger income in the future, but you really can't get to that point without learning the ins and outs of the business, without learning those really niche details. So let's go back to one of these topics in where the value comes from in the brokerage. In commercial, a brand can be very important. You've got, your top 5 bigger brokerages, and some clients, they're gonna place a lot of value on that brand, whether it be CBRE or Cushman, JLL, Colliers, whatever. They recognize that brokerage brand. They associate it with quality. They associate it with connections. They may associate that brand, that logo, with bigger deals, higher quality marketing, whatever it may be. And so the brand can be pretty important. If you're further along in your career and you have a good reputation, a solid network, an established book of clientele, that brand may not be as important, but that brand at first can definitely be kind of a launching pad and can help you establish a strong foundation just from the start, because no one's going to know your name on day one. They're not going to know your name 6 months in, probably not a year in, probably not 2 years in. But if they see that big brokerage brand next to your name, it helps you It establishes some validity with the market, with investors, with business owners, and it can really just help put your career on steroids and even just launch you quicker from the start. If the brokerage is providing any leads to you, I would expect that your commission split would go down. That's not always the case. I mean, it's usually not the case. It's your job as a new agent to go out there and get your own business. But if you do have the opportunity to work on some type of leads, either maybe a senior broker has too many leads, or there's leads coming in through the brokerage and they get funneled to you, that's a massive opportunity. And if anyone had that type of opportunity, I would tell them to take it. Focus more on those lead opportunities rather than the percentage of your commission split. Some of these bigger brokerages too, they have corporate accounts. Some brokerages have those contracts or those connections with bigger corporations or real estate investment trusts or big investors. And that could be, if you have more of those coming in or the opportunity to get some of those accounts in the future, I would expect you to settle for a smaller commission split. There's a lot of value there. A lot of those accounts, you got to stay longer in the game to get some of those bigger accounts. So just looking back on all of these really deal points about commission splits, it comes down to what type of value is the brokerage giving to you? What type of value are you bringing to the brokerage? If you're new, you have no value, so stop focusing on your commission split. And really, if you're new, you need to be focused on where can I gain the knowledge the quickest? Where can I gain the highest value of knowledge, the niche knowledge that's needed in this world? Where can I make these connections faster than maybe another brokerage? Focus on all of that instead of the commission split, and you'll do well.